You don't always gotta take it to the vet. Get motivated by the jingle on the radio and call up the dog Whisperette. It don't matter the behavior or the breed, same day transformations guaranteed. Miss Lisa, best trainer in the league, number one.
Hello, and welcome to WPTP 100.1 FM radio, making sense with your make it make sense with your dogs with Dog Whisperette. And today, we have just the lady who is making it make sense, which is Kathy Mindel. Did I say it right?
You sure did.
From Love on a Leash. She is the founder of the Chattanooga chapter, guys. We have a founder here, and so it's very interesting. You know, when I come across you, that you take them out to nursing homes and hospitals, and you do that to make a difference. And so, can you tell us a little bit how you started this and how you founded this? And
well, I had a border collie. It was my first dog, and there was just something special about her that I felt that she could do something special for people. So I decided I looked into pet therapy, and we originally started out with a different organization, which they're still certified in, both of them. However, I decided then I wanted to go off and do something where I could go anywhere and everywhere in Chattanooga area. The other program was limited to where we could go and things like that. So decided we'd get a chapter. We started a chapter with three of us. They were 3 dogs and 3 humans. And we built from there. We started out doing some events to get us, out there so people knew that we were available.
Right.
And in today's world, I get requests just about every single day to go somewhere and visit with people and whatever. It's just, I say, in all my people, I have actually 51 teams here in Chattanooga, and they all feel that it's their personal therapy too.
well, absolutely, absolutely, because they're bringing that hope and that joy, as when they come, and it's agape love that you're bringing with you to the people who need it. I just recently lost my mother, and I just feel like if I could have had, this is her little dog, and if she could have went and just been with her a little bit, because she wanted her so bad, and it wasn't allowed. But what makes a difference? How are you allowed to bring a dog in there when just a civilian is not?
Well, our dogs are certified and insured. And in
Okay.
order to be certified, they have to pass an evaluation that comes from our organization, which is a national organization. They have to pass this evaluation in which a trainer actually performs with the dog and the handler. It is teamwork. Is
Absolutely,
what
it
it
is.
is.
Yes.
And once they pass that evaluation, then they still have to do 10 visits with a certified team member to make sure it works, because we've had some dogs that pass that evaluation and they get out there in the real world, and a pet therapy dog goes through an awful lot that a normal dog does not.
Well, absolutely. They're
Yes.
absorbing all of that,
Yes.
all of that energy and vibrations and frequency.
Yes.
And you've got to have a stable dog be able to, just like with us.
Yes.
If we are not stable and we go into a place like that, all we're going to do is either absorb that or add to that.
Right.
You
think the dogs go into intensive care units in the hospitals. They have all these machines running.
Oh,
They
and
have to
all
keep
the
calm.
sadness,
Yes. Also, fire alarms go off in facilities that we're in. The dogs have got to be calm.
Absolutely.
Up and down elevators, something that a normal dog may not do. I mean, we've had a few dogs that was something they had to learn to do. And
Right.
walkers, wheelchairs, canes, different personalities of people and children.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Who do you see is more receptive? Or just everybody the same?
I think everybody's the same. I mean,
It is a
it's
universal love.
It is. I mean, no matter what age, they're so excited to see the dog.
I think there's like a 2%,
Yep.
who don't, who take offense. It's just like, I was in the grocery store and I broke my toe. So I take Zeus in to help me walk. And he is a therapy dog.
Yeah.
And I seen her under her breath, without stopping and asking, what is the reason that, you got this dog in here? She walks by Judge and I seen her cussing under her breath. And I get it. Some people misuse that. They misuse
Yes.
the term service dog, emotional support, or even service dog.
Yes.
Because by law, what is there only 2 questions that a company is allowed to ask? I know one is what service do they perform?
Right.
And I'm not sure. You can look it up, guys. I know, but they can't ask you any other questions besides that. And you don't have to show paperwork.
No.
And I don't know that that's not good.
It took me, well, I don't even want to say, but I went through the process just to see how quickly you could make your service dog, a service dog online. And it really, it's so sad because people that really need those service dogs, they're maybe lose that chance because of people abusing the situation. And we, of course, a lot of people think our dogs are service dogs. And this is our way of educating people too. They're not emotional support dogs. They are not service dogs. They are just pet therapy dogs.
Right.
They have a right, just like any other dog. We, as far as going into stores, things like that, not restaurants, not. I mean, they are not service dogs.
I got you.
Yes. Yes.
Because I know I have a friend who owns a restaurant, and a person brought in a chicken.
Yes.
A chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And says that is their pet therapy animal.
Mm-hmm.
And the chicken was all over everybody's tables. And so after, I mean, come on, you're not going to keep a chicken contained.
Right.
And if you do, I don't know. But yes, I mean, that's another side. This is my motto. It always takes a few bad to ruin it for a lot of good.
Exactly.
And it truly does, just like with anything. And then now, like you said, that could be taken away from the people who truly need this emotional support animal. Right now I've been through so much in my life that I do need this emotional support animal. And when I don't need him anymore, then I'm not going to take him in stores because that's just disrespectful.
Right. And then they may ruin it for our pet therapy dogs, even because hospitals will say no more dogs, period.
Right.
And
well, insurance wise too.
Insurance wise.
What if a dog's in there and it bites somebody?
Exactly. Yep.
That store could be liable for that.
Exactly.
Just like with you. That's why you have to be so thorough on who you pick and choose to be these therapy dogs, because they can set security or insecurities, just like anything.
Exactly.
But it's so who do you pick and choose? Well, because there's so many rooms in a hospital, so many floors.
We usually go around and ask people, or we'll ask the nurses, is there anyone? I mean, I get calls. There's requests of a certain patient in a certain room that would love to have a pet therapy visit. So we get one of our dogs there, so they can visit. We supply that, and it's just, it's wonderful. It's so nice to just see the smiles and let them reminisce, especially in our assisted living homes. They reminisce about the dogs and hear the stories that they used to have. And it's just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So you said people call you and say, request. Mm-hmm. Is that people that's got family members in the hospital, or do you do personal home visits? Or
it's the nursing staff at the hospital.
I got you.
Right. They are the ones, they have my contact information, and then I put it out to my people, whoever's going or whoever wants to go visit this specific room, whatever.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
As far as home visits, we don't necessarily do a lot of home visits.
I guess that could get dangerous.
Well, we don't know exactly where we're going. Correct. I mean, I have done a few and they're amazing, but in today's world, we just got to be kind of careful.
That's true.
Yes,
that
yes.
is so true. And it's so sad
to say. Yes, yes.
Because people look at the dog and they say, like, is he a therapy dog? He absolutely is. He's not my therapy dog. He's your therapy dog.
That's right.
Because when you see him, you're going to smile. I mean, I'm sorry, but like 98% of the population, when you walk in with a dog, you see that energy change immediately.
Yes.
A smile comes over. It's like the whole room just lightens up.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
a cat, a dog, any furry, four-legged, cuddly animal will change your whole frequency, will change vibrations and energy immediately.
Yep.
And just to bring that to these hospitals, and you said you went into the ICU.
Oh, we go in ICUs, yes.
You know,
Yep.
Is that more for the family?
It depends. I mean, sometimes the patients, and we've had a patient that I remember the story that we walked in, the patient hadn't said a word from the day one that the patient was there, brought in a dog. Next thing you know, the patient started talking.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yes, I mean, you're just something.
They're miracle makers.
Yeah, it's something special, and you see things like that, and it's like, wow.
Yes.
And we seem
they
to forget.
Communicate with us at a whole different level.
Exactly, and then we forget many times our staff at the hospitals also. I mean, with my first pet therapy dog, I had a doctor that came up and just said, "Can I visit with your dog?" And I said, "Sure." He got down on the floor and just didn't say a word. Just kept hugging and petting.
Exactly. Yes.
And he turned around and said, when he was done, "Thank you. I really needed that." He probably came from surgery, maybe just lost a patient.
Yes.
I mean, we forget about the stress in those type of positions also.
Yes.
And we're happy that we're there for him.
When I first got her, I took her into an adult daycare.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was
It's amazing.
It was.
Mhm.
It was. Some of them were a little, because they all have, it's an adult daycare.
Mhm.
And, but for the most part, it was just like, it just opened up a whole new world when I walked into them,
Yes.
and just it was so priceless at the look on their faces.
Yep.
We had one who wanted to be really handsy,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but the caregiver, she kind of guided him away, and so we kept the flow, and it was so beautiful. And of course, she was terrified because she's just that breed. But I just kind of wanted to test it out. And, now I've got Zeus, which, guys, Zeus is still got four brothers. And they're 6 months old now who need a home. And he's already hurting her. You've seen what an amazing dog he is at 6 months old.
Love Zeus. Yes, definitely an awesome, awesome dog.
Yes. And they got the same genetics,
Yes.
because they know which dog got under the fence.
That's right. Yeah, if I didn't have 4 dogs already, Zeus may be coming home with me. It's just beautiful dog.
It is,
Yes.
but his brothers are turned the same way.
I'm sure.
You know?
Yes.
And but like I was telling you, between Central Street and 4th Avenue 2 days ago, I seen 5 strays. 5 stray dogs. And they're becoming a product of our environment. And
it's just too easy to dump today. And of course, our shelters are full. And they are asking people, to hold on to the dogs, give them a day to come in, things like that. And people, they're having, it's just hard for everyone right now. And of course, the price of food and
yes,
the
vet
economy
bill,
is
vets.
not exactly vets, things like
You
that.
know what you told me and I wasn't aware of is that big corporations have bought up vet clinics.
Yes. Yes.
I was not aware of that. I knew that the prices had soared just like rent and everything else. Make it make sense.
Right. We have to in order to home the amount of animals that we do here in the Chattanooga area.
Yes.
Not just Chattanooga, but Sequatchie County, everywhere. I mean, the shelters are just so overloaded, and we have to bring that unity back with humans and animals again.
We
because
do.
They're important in your life. They are.
How do you help? Because once you get so overloaded, how do we dig out? How do we dig out of this? We need sponsors. We need donors. We need rescues. We need, fosters and we need help.
Right.
The rescues need help. The shelters need help.
They do.
I seen where the Humane Society is done. They're not taking in any intakes.
Right.
They're not doing any more surgeries because they're so overwhelmed right now. And it's not just them. I've seen it with the
McCamey.
Right. East Tennessee
Yep.
Pit Bull Rescue.
Yep.
I'm seeing it more and more and more
Yes.
where we're at a standstill.
Yes.
But the backyard breeding is not.
Right.
And it's like it's amped up because people are looking for a quick buck right now because of the economy. But what they don't realize is that's not people's first priority right now is to buy an animal.
And
Their
then they
first-
end up at the shelter
That-
because they
on
cannot
the
sell
streets.
or on the streets.
Because this was a
Exactly.
pit bull
Yeah.
with 2 puppies, and
Yeah.
she was a blue pit bull.
Yeah.
You know,
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Yes.
Chasing my car, and it broke my heart.
Yes.
But here I have all 3 of my dogs in there, and I don't know what, format that they're carrying.
Right.
It's, going to be, give to my dogs because Zeus just got over parvo not long ago.
Right.
And, I don't know where he got that. So, yeah, I couldn't take any more chances.
Right.
But what do we do at that point? Did we call the Humane Society? Did we call McCain? Are they going to come? Because they're full.
Right. I don't know. And just as an example, I mean, my pet therapy dog, Obi-Wan, actually came from the shelter. So there's all different breeds out there. There's all different personalities, wonderful, wonderful animals in all these shelters that need homes. And if you want to do pet therapy, that's a way that you can do it. You can go adopt
Absolutely.
a dog and work with the dog and go from there and enjoy it. I mean, it's
Now, are the people, do they have to pay for their own trainer?
yeah, they do their own training. We do
Okay.
not train.
Okay.
We just supply the evaluation in which a trainer does the evaluation. Okay.
Their own trainer.
Well,
you-
we have some trainers that kind of work with us, but their own trainer, as long as it's a certified trainer, they can do that evaluation. Not a problem.
Gotcha.
And then we get them rolling with, the 10 visits. And I have so many people that just dearly love what they do, and all types of people. Yes, they work full-time, part-time. Some are retired. But it's just whenever they can do a visit that they put in their time, and they love coming. And the dogs, of course, love doing the visits also.
I'm sure it's a job.
Right. And of course, we have 3 pet therapy cats also
Do
that
you?
are amazing.
Really?
Yes. Just
So what
amazing.
animals are allowed?
Well, our organization will insure a dog, cat, or a rabbit.
A rabbit.
Rabbit. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We don't have any rabbits. I've never had. I had a call for if we had a rabbit to do a visit, but we don't have a rabbit. So
Really?
yes,
Somebody
yes.
wanted a rabbit.
Right. They wanted a rabbit visit. And of course, now when it comes to cats and rabbits, a trainer does not do the evaluation. A veterinarian does the evaluation.
I got you.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
There's probably not a whole lot of cat trainers around here.
right, exactly. So the veterinarian does that evaluation, and he passes it or fails it or whatever, And if you don't pass it the first time, it's okay. You can go home, you can work on it. But I'm going to tell you a story real quick. I've been doing this for about 9 years, and I really feel pet therapy animals are born because they have to be able to feel people. They have to be able to love their job and love humans enough to. Obi sometimes will do 3-4 visits in a day's time. He loves it.
Yes.
He's very relaxed.
See, like
so-
with her, this
right.
would not work out
Right.
because she does not care for humans.
Right.
I mean, she cares for humans, but she has one person.
Right.
Yeah, and that's it.
And that's okay.
That is a-okay.
Yes.
But now Zeus and
Yep,
Dreams,
yep.
they are social butterflies.
Exactly.
Like you said, every dog is born with a different personality, just like every child.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all have
Yep.
different thumbprints.
That's right.
And
That's
they all
right.
have different paw prints.
That's right.
So like you said, which one is born
Right.
for that job and which one is
Yep.
not. It's like the last week we had Sequatchie County Sheriff Bill Phillips on here. If you missed it, guys, go to YouTube, WPTP 100.1 FM radio, and search up Bill Phillips. He is the sheriff of Sequatchie County,
Yes.
and he did the Canine Inmate Initiative. And, he said they had one dog who didn't work out. They knew pretty quick
Right.
that this was not a job for this dog.
Right.
And so that was, so when you are with a dog, you start realizing they do have different personalities.
Yes.
But we want to judge them all as the same.
Right.
And, and believe it or not, You will not convince me that we don't have ADHD dogs. We don't have dyslexic
Oh,
dogs.
I believe we
We,
do.
you know, because I know my lab was OCD
Uh-huh.
because he had to eat on a certain place outside. If you brought it in or you changed it, he would not have it.
Yep.
He had to have the same bed, so you know, yeah. I've seen dogs who will stand on their head and spin around.
Yeah, move furniture around in your home, and they go berserk. They just can't handle that.
Right.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean,
yes,
it takes
yes,
a little bit more to bring them down.
Right. Right.
But every dog can be brought down.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
not every, like you said, every dog is made for that kind of job.
Exactly. And not every dog can be a service dog either.
That's
It
right.
takes intense training for a service dog.
Yeah, I think
It
it's
really-
what 10 years.
It's a while, I know, and a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
can look
people
it
will
up.
breed the
It's-
dogs specifically for service dogs.
Yes.
And it's amazing though what they can do.
It is.
Yeah.
And just the sight of them.
Yes.
I used to carry up my little kitten in the purse, and I'd open it up and she'd pop out, and everybody would everything would change,
And that's the love. That's why people that don't have animals don't realize what they're missing.
That's right.
They really don't. It's just
Well, they'll never will, you
No.
know. So they're not happy or sad about it, and but we do.
well, and it's interesting because we meet people, of course, that don't necessarily like animals too, and it's one of those. Sometimes we get them to the point where they understand and they like, wow, I never realized this. Once again, it's education.
It is, and it starts with our children.
Exactly.
I see a lot of children with a lot of fear for dogs,
Yeah.
and especially at the hotels when
Yes.
I was going, and it breaks my heart because that's such a special relationship, a special bond.
Yep.
And for some children, it's their only companion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the one that they tell everything to. But then if he's jumping on them or he's biting them or, they're not got that respectful relationship,
Right.
then that child, what kind of relationship is he going to have with his friends?
Right.
Or his wife, because he doesn't have a good example.
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
And we're supposed to be, set that example because
And-
we are the adults.
Yeah, and teach our children how to be around dogs,
Yes.
how to respect dogs, and what they need, things like that. We need to educate our children.
We absolutely. And spay and neuter.
Yes.
You were telling me about a little boy who got so upset
Yes.
because you were taking the dog to get it spayed.
Right.
And
Didn't
you tell
understand.
the story. Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead and tell the story.
Yeah, I did adoptions for the Humane Society years ago, and I told a child that their dog that they were adopting, grandma was with them, that the dog needed to be spayed. And he started crying. He says, "What do you mean? My dog can't have puppies, And I told grandma, I said, "Grandma, you need to bring him to the shelter
Yes.
to see why the dog needs to be spayed." And do you know, grandma did? And the child walked up to me when he was leaving. He says, "I understand now. Thank you."
Well, see,
So-
kudos to her.
Mhm. Oh,
You know what?
exactly.
Him crying, you took the dog off, he left him in that energy. The dog, something, God forbid, happened to that dog.
Yep.
What kind of energy would that have set?
Right.
It's just beautiful. That's a beautiful story. And I hope people take heed to that. And I think everybody needs to visit the shelter, especially
You're so right.
if you are breeding a dog.
Yep.
You need to visit the shelter. It will break your heart. These dogs are in there 24/7.
Yes.
They're at the mercy of of volunteers to come walk them, or they stay in there.
Or they stay in there 24/7.
Yes, they
Exactly.
do.
Yep.
And they get their kennel clean. They might get a toy thrown to them or a treat. But it's sad. It is so sad that we as a society and we as a country don't have spay and neuter laws.
Right. Right.
I know Memphis, it's mandatory 7 months. You have to have your animal spayed and neutered by 7 months.
Right.
Why? It's not every county that way.
No. And the laws need to be changed. They have to be.
Absolutely. That's why we got to come together. We got to be a voice.
Yes.
Because something's got to change. We are drowning in cats and dogs and rabbits and whatever else people think that they can make a buck on.
And they didn't ask to be brought into this world.
They did not.
Not at all. And it's not fair to them, the kind of life that they end up in, because they were brought into this world with no one to really care.
That's it.
You know?
They just
And
exist.
Exactly.
They exist to make you money.
Yep.
And if they don't make you money, then they're gone.
Right. Feral cats. That's another one. People
Oh.
let their cats go. How many people are trying to feed 10 feral cats that, of course, they can't touch, they can't love.
Right.
But somebody let their cat go years ago, and this cat's been surviving, however, and it's afraid of humans. I mean,
yes.
and we got them all over.
Dogs
They're all
too.
over. Dogs too. Oh yeah.
Dogs
Oh,
too.
yeah,
I see them
definitely.
running, and they are terrified.
Yes.
Because they might not be at first, but then they're out there on their own, and all these insecurities and all this fear is building up.
Yep.
And there's no guidance,
Exactly.
and now there's insecurities, and my family left me, and and they don't feel like they have a worth anymore.
And feral cats and dogs, the same thing, but cats are worse. They mass produce. You leave them out there, and then of course a lot of them are carrying a disease because yes, so it's passed on from one to the other, and it is sad life for these animals.
It is,
and something definitely needs to be done.
Absolutely,
definitely,
you can go to any barn and look. That's got a lot of cats.
Yeah,
most of them have matted eyes,
yes,
snotty nose,
yes.
coughing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
and then they're dying off slowly. The ones that don't die off that naturally, they get picked off by the predators.
Exactly.
So I don't like the idea of barn cats. I don't. And people think, oh, you don't feed them and they'll get the rats. If you feed them, they're still going to get the rats because that is genetically in them.
The only problem that you run into, though, they're trying to trap, neuter, and release these cats.
TNRs, yes.
So until we start spaying and neutering, barn cats are a necessity.
Well,
because,
absolutely.
I mean, sad to say, I never believed in putting a cat in a barn like that, but I can understand why it has to be done
cats,
today.
But I believe in feeding barn cats.
Well,
I need to rephrase that.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
I absolutely believe in barn cats.
Definitely.
Because but people believe that if they don't feed them, then they'll get the rats.
Gotcha.
Especially in my county, that's a very practiced religion, and it just infuriates us because it's called TNR, trap, neuter, return.
Return, right.
Because cats if you remove them from the area that they are used to, they are very nervous, and a lot of them don't, they die.
Right.
They don't acclimate to the new environment. So we've learned to just release them back into where they
came from.
Yes, because they've survived that long. They're going to keep surviving, without multiplying. And I know I live by a Mexican restaurant and a trailer park. And it's like a hub for drop-off cats,
Wow.
And so my friend who years ago, she came in. She's not even from Tennessee, and it took people from out of Sequatchie County to come in and start the initiative, to make a difference. Yes. We finally got a low-cost spay and neuter clinic, which is helping tremendously. That was a godsend, But still, you can bring them you take them to the water, but you can't make them drink it.
You've come a distance. Just keep on plucking. That's all you can do. And I'm proud of Sequatchie County. I really am, to see the difference that they are making there. I mean,
I grew up. Yes. Strays.
Yes.
It was nothing. Growing up in a small mining town, it was nothing for us to walk over a dead dog, laying in the side of the road. We were so desensitized to it. It didn't even bother us.
Yeah.
And now, like I said, because back then they were just there. They just existed.
Right.
Oh, well, another one's run over. But now we have opened our home and our hearts up, and we've realized, just how intelligent animals truly are.
Really? Oh, yes. Yes.
It's amazing. Just at how they feed off of us, and how we feed off of them.
And we need laws for backyard breeders.
We do.
I'm sorry. I mean, we do. And it needs to be enforced. We can make these laws, but if they're not enforced, they'll do no good.
That's the problem.
They need to be enforced.
That is the problem.
Yes.
I seen where there was new laws where you had to have a heated, off the ground shelter.
Right.
You can drive down the road and still see dogs chained up.
Right.
because they don't have the manpower. They barely have the manpower. Our sheriff, that's why everybody needs to have, a dog, whatever you
Animal control.
Animal control.
Yes,
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
I think every county should have animal control. But then there you go. Where do you take them when you pick them up?
Right.
You gotta have the shelter.
Right.
And I had talked to Mr. Phillips, about maybe putting up a house outside in one of their yards. Oh, we're out of time.
Oh my gosh, we could talk all day.
I'm gonna
It's
have
been
you back.
wonderful. Yes.
So, guys, we'll have Kathy back because this is such a wonderful organization, and we didn't get to learn a whole lot about it, but
That's okay. We can come back at it.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I love talking about all the animals here and in our area that
That's it.
really need some help.
That
and
is
it's
it.
important.
and
Yes.
us coming together.
Yes.
We're forming a pack.
Definitely. You got it.
Yes.
Well, thanks so much for having me
You're
today. And I
welcome.
will be back. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. All right, I guess
Bye-bye.
we'll have you anytime you want on here.
Thank you.
Bye, Chattanooga. Stay
Bye-bye.
safe, guys.